Hello watch fans, it's Anders here on Watch On channel. I now had the chance to walk through all the different watches that was released, presented at Watches and Wonders in Geneva today. A lot of interesting watches. I did a video earlier today about Rolex and Tudor. Now I want to get a little more in depth with the new Tudor watches, because I think they did something very interesting, a little maybe unexpected, but something very interesting. And one of these watches is a huge hit with me, something that I think will really do something good for Tudor's collection. So let's just start with the two first ones, and then I'm going to end this video with the favorite I have in the new Tudor collection. And of course, the first is the Black Bay Pro. This is a GMT watch, a 39mm GMT watch, kind of in the same vein as the Tudor Black Bay 58, which is also a 39mm large watch. One problem with this watch is that it's reportedly more than 14mm thick, but what I have read and seen in different videos is that people say that it wears really nicely, even though it is on the larger side, on the thicker side. It is very much a Tudor reinterpretation, even maybe an homage to the first Rolex Explorer True. And I think it's kind of funny that Tudor, which is of course affiliated with Rolex is owning Tudor as a brand, are making an homage or kind of a Rolex copy, a Rolex homage watch like this one. It comes in 3 different variations: on a stainless steel bracelet, on a leather strap, or on a NATO fabric strap. My favorite is definitely on the stainless steel bracelet, because they actually did something with the clasp, so you can adjust the clasp on the go. When we look at the watch, it is kind of a simple watch. You see very simple hour markings without the rings. Usually we see a lot of brands, and Rolex and Tudor actually kind of encapsulating the hour markings in white gold. Here we don't have any casing around the hour markings, making it look a little bit warmer, a little more vintage. It is a fixed bezel, 246 until 24, and then you can of course set the GMT hand with the crown. I think it's very nice that they made this 39mm size of this watch. I definitely think it works really good. Again, I would definitely recommend, if you're interested in this watch, go and try it when it gets out in the 80s. If you get the chance to actually try this, maybe it becomes insane like when they released the Black Bay 58 some years ago, because you definitely need to feel how it wears on your wrist. At a price at around $4,000 US, this is a really good option, because you also get the manufacturer caliber MT5652, which is a COSC certified chronometer movement with 70 hours of power reserve. So it's definitely interesting to get into luxury watches at this price point. So this is maybe the second favorite within the 3 Tudor watches I'm going to present in this video. So the other one, which we can't ignore, is of course the new Black Bay GMT steel and gold. S&G is the way that Tudor, they say two-tone watches, so steel and gold, and this is resembling the Rolex GMT Master 2 in rose gold. I think this is very much also inspired by Rolex, and I think it's interesting, maybe not super cool in my opinion, but still an interesting strategy for Tudor and Rolex to have Tudor actually making watches resembling some of the Rolex watches, but just much more affordable and attainable. Here they beef up the case. It's 41mm in diameter. Again, it's the manufacturer caliber MT5652, which is COSC certified. Also a nice new clasp. It definitely is a real looker of a watch, but as we can maybe see on the picture now, you can see that the case is very thick. So definitely expect something like 15 or 16 millimeters in thickness. If you have a big wrist, you like hefty big watches, this is definitely maybe the choice for you. An interesting watch, but I think it's too much of a Rolex homage somehow. Maybe kind of a cheaper option of the Rolex GMT Master 2 in gold, in rose gold. So they of course also released a new Black Bay Chrono steel and gold. I'm not going to get too much into that watch. It's kind of the same, just with some iterations. What I think is very interesting is the new Black Bay. So what they actually did with this watch before was that this watch was also in the same style, but now they have new dial options, really nice textured dials and kind of diamond hour markings. Not something for me. I like the textured dial, but I would never wear a watch with diamonds. That's too feminine in my opinion for me. But what they did, which is very interesting, is that you now get a really, really nice 39mm option with this watch. You actually get 28 different variations of this watch, and that's because you get 4 sizes. I think it's a really, really great option that you can actually choose between a 39 and a 41mm case size. And my favorite is definitely the 39mm with the gray textured dial. Unfortunately, you get diamond hour markings, so it's out of the question. And when I look further down this collection, I really stumble upon the 39mm Black Bay steel and gold with the yellow gold bezel and the kind of Jubilee style bracelet, the gold crown, and with the beautiful light gray dial. I think this looks very, very classy. And again, we get an in-house movement, which is the really cool thing with this new iteration of the Black Bay, because before they used Sellita movements, I thought it was a little too cheap that you didn't get an in-house movement, because they have these perfect in-house movements that they have used in the Black Bay 58 for years, and now they actually did it. So now you can get the full luxury watch with a really, really high quality caliber from Tudor, in-house movement, and then the luxury of the design and the finish of this Tudor watch. And I think it looks amazing. Again, the new clasp, which you can adjust on the go, kind of the Rolex glide lock system. And I must say, this is my favorite. This is definitely a watch I would consider, and I can see that the price is around $4,500 to $5,000 US. Maybe it will become a little cheaper when it goes out on the gray market in a little time. Maybe it will. Which of these new Tudor watches is your favorite? Please leave a comment down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, see the video I did about the new Oris ProPilot 10 in titanium. I did a full review, a world premiere almost, and I will see you very soon again. Thank you. Bye.